Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to make sure that you're up to date as soon as we post. Has anyone seen it? The cartoon Lower Decks?
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think?
It's all right. I feel, to be honest, when you first, I'm not really a Trekkie in it. I was like,
yeah.
And it's just like, I thought there's too much Trekkie. You got fucking Enterprise, you got fucking, I don't know, so many. But I was pleasantly surprised. Like, it was quite funny.
Yeah, it was like light funny, innit? It wasn't.
Yeah, it was quite
deep.
It wasn't deep.
What
I'll say is,
go.
Have you not seen Final Space?
No, but you talked about that. Yeah, no, I've seen it.
Final Space. It's quite similar to that, I think.
Yeah,
like, but not as I don't know, not something's different. Like Final Space is a bit more serious, but silly. But I don't know. It's hard to explain.
The difference with Final Space, it tries to be funny, but it's not that funny. But the serious part makes up for the like the jokes.
Yeah,
not being.
like the story.
Have you watched it?
What? Have I watched Final Space? Yeah, I've watched all of it. I've watched
We've got trust issues now.
Anything that you say, you're sniffing like,
whatever.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I watched all of it.
I remember you were saying, Joel, it's about like what do you call them? The yellow shirt man, them.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was funny. That's what I liked. The fucking lower deck man. The lower deck mans.
Yeah. I like
that's a good idea for a show, especially that it's supposed to be it's comedy as well. And also, like, the fact that it's quite funny is refreshing because Star Trek serious, you know what I mean?
It's a bit uptight, isn't it?
Yeah, it reminds me of that show that you don't watch though. The drawings like that show you don't watch. What's that show you watch? No.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah, Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Especially when they've like the alien fights and things like
that.
Yeah. That Rick and Morty.
I think that's it. I think that's what it is as well. I think like other shows have come out and like kind of borrowed things from Star Trek, innit? So it's like they're just like they're reclaiming.
Yeah, give me my thing back. It's my thing, bro. Not yours.
You're not taking my thing. All right, I'm gonna just take your thing because it's my thing anyway. Yeah.
They think it's like a new kind of like adult cartoons because it's like bare sci-fi now. Like you got Rick and Morty, you got the other one, Assorted. What's it called? The other one that's like Rick and Morty.
Biscuits.
The other one, the one that you suggested it.
Yeah, with the wall, that one.
What's that called again?
Assorted Space or something like that.
No,
something like that. But anyway, Solar Opposites. That's it. Assorted Space, you know. Solar Opposites. Yeah, that you got Final Space. You got this now. Like it's like that's a new shift towards sci-fi adult cartoons kind of thing. I don't know why though.
Do you know what though? It's I mean, for anyone that listen, like Lower Decks, like you lot said, it's about the people that work like below them, the main guys on like, you know, is it the Enterprise?
No.
No, it's not the Enterprise. It's not the Enterprise. It's another ship like the Enterprise.
Yeah. And but I like the way it wraps itself up neatly. Each episode it has like a neat little story. It's an easy watch, isn't it? It's an easy watch.
Yeah.
Easy little jokes. And then it's got a bit of tricky references, but what I noticed, the tricky references are for anyone who's even just watched remotely a few Star Treks. It works.
You don't have to be like deep in.
Yeah, it does feel like my parents' level. Like, you can just like watch it and be like, oh yeah, I know where they're coming from. Like it's just the base, it's the Klingons, the Ferengis, just the top line dudes. So yeah, it was all right. But you know what you said, Joelle, about it, or Joshua, sorry, about it being like they're a lot of sci-fi ones. I prefer these to the cartoons that are trying to be too like adulty. Like what's that one? Is it Brickleberry or whatever the hell it's called? The one that's set in like the golf course, or not the golf course, but
isn't it like a Park Rangers?
It's just
that's rubbish. And then there's the one with the police.
I like the police one though.
Yeah, I haven't watched the police one.
Paradise PD.
Yeah, isn't it just like the same character? Isn't it like the same characters?
Same kind of people, but it's different. Like they're different people in it, but same setup.
It's almost like it's replaced. Like remember there was an era in the 90s and the early 2000s of sitcoms galore. They've replaced the sitcoms with like animation. So you've got like ones in all these different scenarios, and I guess they can be a bit more adventurous because it's drawings. Some of them are good, but some of them are poor. You know, but yeah, I didn't mind Lower Decks. I'd keep watching Lower Decks. So when the next ones come out,
I think it's because of Netflix, isn't it? Netflix just commissioning all these cartoons now, isn't it? Because they're trying to hit on the next big comedy cartoon. What, like you said before, like trying to be the most shocking.
Yeah, some of them. What did you watch that Hoops one, the basketball one?
Rubbish.
Dead. But they have Big Mouth. They have Big Mouth. They didn't need anything else.
Big Mouth's good.
They didn't need nothing else.
But that's what I feel like. I feel like with Big Mouth and things like that, it's like they're trying to see like if they can like outdo that. Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, like can we just say that the most shocking stuff? And it was the other one. I like the other one with this. What's the 70s one with Bill Burr?
I
ain't seen that.
F is for family.
F is for family. Yeah.
That's okay. But it's a bit like King of the Hill.
Nice. I love a bit of King of the Hill though.
It's a bit King of the Hill, but he's a bit
like King of the Hill.
It's like King of the Hill, but then the guy, he's like what's the dude from the 80s thing, man? Love and Marriage. What's the thing called? 2.4 Children.
Married with Children.
No, Married with Children. 2.4 Children.
Love and Marriage, you know. That was the theme tune.
But yeah, it's like the guys like that. He's just like miserable, and then you know what I mean. He's just like cussing all his family and whatever. Like he's just like moany guy. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of thing. So there's like a few of them that's on Netflix now. Adult family cartoons.
They're trying to basically. It's Simpsons when it came out was the money spinner. Simpsons hit the nail on the head. Went for so many seasons. Was like immersed in pop culture. And then nothing really was good until we got Family Guy, and because even Futurama was dead.
South Park.
South Park. But I think South Park was good.
That was the rude one, isn't it? That was the rude one.
But it was also a little bit off the beaten track. I think South Park was not one that was in every household, whereas Simpsons was the one. And then we had a massive gap. We got Family Guy. Then we got a bit of American Dad, and we had the gap. Then we got Adult Swim and all the bits and bobs that came with that. And we haven't really had that next big thing. And Rick and Morty was close.
Well, I think it was. It is.
It's good, but
Rick
it's
and
not
Morty
in.
was the next best thing.
It was the next best thing, but it's still cult if you think about it. Rick and Morty is still cult. It's not like on everyone's.
Yeah, but that's see, like where you get to Rick and Morty, that's where it all changes because it's like now the family comedy. Like it's like, oh, now there's sci-fi, but it's still like a family. Yeah. It's still like a family. It's still about a family, but it's like different dynamics. There's different things going on rather than they're just blue collar workers and kids going to school and just like normal kind of family stuff. You know what I mean? It was then it changed like what that show is, like what the kind of standard for that show. Even though it's not like Rick and Morty, like you said, it's much more kind of niche. It's big, but it's still got a cult following. It's still not like...
I love Rick and Morty. But you said about sci-fi. You just made me think, a lot of the cartoons did have sci-fi. The Simpsons had sci-fi with the aliens.
No, they had it, but I mean...
but it's not total.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is you said, what is it about sci-fi? It seems like it is peppered in a lot of stuff, because you got it in Rick and Morty, so you got it in Simpsons, you got
Family
it in...
Guy, a lot.
Everything.
But they draw pop culture in it, so they would draw from sci-fi eventually.
American Dad, So that's what I'm saying. You've got it in there, but I hate when they beep out the swearing because they were never going to put it in the first place. Like, what is it?
I don't know if that is the swearing beeped out, or if that's the thing we've got.
Because I'm trying to think if the stream. I can't remember if the streams that I watch have the swearing bleeped out. I can't remember. I
can't see Star Trek if it's part of the Star Trek franchise keeping swearing in.
I think it's the final space. I think the final space people must have something to do with this, like because they do that stuff. So it is it's a lot like final space.
Like they're not swearing. Like Rick and Morty, they do fake. They beep out swearing, don't they? But they don't swear.
They do on the TV version, obviously.
Yeah, that's why I think it is. I think the cartoon is swearing, but they're beeping it. That's why you can hear the word, but they're beeping it out.
They swear. Did you say the F word?
Yeah,
they do. Yeah,
they say it like
fucked up or something.
All them, you see, all them ones when it's all like body parts. What do you call it when it's censored body parts?
Yeah.
Like naked. All of that stuff is not in there. There's versions of it that's up like without that.
I had no idea. Look at me making my son say you can watch it. No, you can watch, but
no. But if you're watching it on Netflix, it's not gonna have the same in it.
Taken out.
You're watching it on some bootleg stream. You never know. You could.
I watch everything legally. Record.
Where'd you watch it? Where did you watch it?
I watched it on a legitimate streaming site.
What, that Daily Motion?
That would be you. I would not. I don't even know what that site
You
is.
said it to me. What are you
Amazon
talking
Prime.
about? You said it to me through that.
What you're talking about?
Bullshit. About.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You said it through. Don't let me have to bring up messages. Like,
I paid to watch it legitimately.
Lies.
I was just saying to you because you couldn't get the.
You're tripping over a word that you could.
Your pirate Netflix subscription ran out.
Oh, bro.
Your friend who had the Netflix password from changed it, so you couldn't get it anymore. So I was like, let me help you.
I got all that, my friend.
So would you watch another episode of if they did another season of?
Yeah,
I would. I suggest you lot watch Final Space, innit?
Yeah, I'm gonna put that down.
Where can I get it though? If it's not legal.
Well, I wouldn't know how to help you with that, CD. I only do legal.
Yeah, right. Daily Motion. Daily fucking Motion, my friend. That's why it's beeped out, bro. Because you're watching it on Daily Motion or whatever.
No, because I watched it on legitimate Netflix. Didn't you go back to see when Joel said if you watch it legitimately, it will?
When did you watch it on Netflix?
On your North Korean.
That's a lie. That's a lie. It's not on Netflix.
I'm gonna talk about that.
You liar. It's not on Netflix. I have Netflix and it's not on there unless you pay for it.
I do pay for it.
So you pay for it on Netflix?
Yeah, I did. I paid for it on Netflix, and yeah, it must be you though. You're bootlegging.
How much is your Netflix?
I can't remember now because
it's bullshit. Bullshit. What's that, man? Bull crap, man. What's that, pig? What's that, man? What's that smell, man? Pig? Cow? Horse?
Dinosaur shit from the
Bible.
Yeah, funny that. Well, yeah, I thought all the characters were good.
So, like, speaking of like comics, and you lot saying that animation is good, yeah, it just reminds me of the fact that there's a lot of animation going around at the moment. That's good. They're doing a lot to base animation on games or films on games. Some are good and some are rubbish. I know we talked about Sonic, CD. Like, I haven't seen Sonic, but you were saying it's actually quite good.
I thought that Sonic was going to be absolutely doo-doo, but it was all right, man.
That's the thing. They can do it. They get it.
It wasn't the greatest film, but it was all right.
It's a good kids film.
It was a good
Jim Carrey in it. It's got Jim Carrey in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was all right, man.
Or Dr.
Dr.
Eggman.
Robotnik.
Sorry, I'm a boomer. It's meant to be Dr. Eggman, not Dr.
It's Dr. Robotnik.
He was actually called Dr. Robotnik in the film, like. I'm sure.
Oh, is he?
Because Dr. Eggman's not. That's
not a thing.
Eggman.
That was when we went to America, innit? Like, it was called Eggman.
No, that's the Japanese one, ain't it? And he called Eggman in Japan.
I thought it was America.
No, Dr. Eggman is Dr. Robotnik.
We know
that.
We
know that.
I'm saying, but the name was changed in one of the countries.
Yeah, that's why a certain
like some Street Fighter.
Yeah, the young kids. They call it Dr.
Yeah. Most of the youngsters, they call it Dr. Eggman.
And when you say Robotnik, they look at you crazy. Like, what? Who's Dr. Robotnik? Like,
you can't say Robotnik anymore. Like, what are you trying to say?
Say Robotnik.
Anti-Soviet, like.
Oh yeah, maybe that's what it was. You know,
could be that.
It's chasing a hedgehog, man. It's cool.
Isn't it, man? Robotnik. It's just like robot, isn't it?
Some extermination.
Yeah, but the Nick part, like.
It's still got Nickelodeon.
Robot.
No, but it sounds Russian.
No, you are a fuckery, man.
I'm not me. It's cool that.
We're trying to figure out why
he is Russian, man. His name's Ivo.
Exactly.
Ivo Robotnik.
That's my point.
Oh yeah, that's what they had to do.
Always made the villains Russian, innit? So maybe they thought, let's change it.
In Japan, he's Eggman, man. Japan is Eggman. America is Robotnik.
Yeah, that makes sense. In America, they changed it. So the baddie was from Russia, like.
They Russianed him up in Japan, in America.
Yeah.
No, but he was always Russian, though.
How? He was the Eggman. How you know
if he's called Dr. Eggman.
How was he Russian if he was Eggman?
No, but isn't he Dr. Ivan Eggman Robotnik? That's his name.
Man, there's some mix and blend.
Bro, his name is Dr. Ivan Eggman. His real name is Ivan Robotnik.
That's what he's called in America. In the American instruction manual, whatever, it said Robotnik, Dr. Robotnik. In the Japan one, it says Eggman.
Has he got a first name?
First name Egg, second name Man.
No.
Eggman.
Oh, man, you know, I'm not involved in this conversation.
You know what? That was, you know, you say Sonic is good, yeah? Certain films with video games are good. Like you say, Sonic is good for the kids. Pokemon was cute when I saw the Pokemon movie, and it was a cartoon for ages. But I tell you what was rubbish, Resident Evil. All of them were dead.
The first one was good.
What?
Yeah,
are you mad?
When was it? 2000. When was that? When was that? 99. Was that 99?
Oh, 99 came out.
I like the first one. I'm not gonna lie. I like the first one.
Was good for the time it came out.
No, 99. I watched it at the time. Okay,
it wasn't the same as the game.
Okay, full disclosure, like I am hardcore. I love Resident Evil, and I was excited about that film, and it was shit.
No, the first one was good, man. I can't. The rest of them was shit. Yeah, but
you don't play Resident Evil, innit? So you're
me. I don't. Listen, let me tell you something. I live with a person who loved that game.
They tried to make the atmosphere of the game. You know, it's quite like lots of like silence, lots of pauses, lots of walking around. It was the dead. It was rubbish. And I persevered and watched like.
I watched that a couple of times. I think I agree with you. After that, it was Bobby Socks. After that, but. I think that was okay. It was all right, man. I think in that franchise there's worse Resident Evils than that.
Yeah, but I'm saying that
it's the first. Yeah,
I don't think it was a good idea to do it anyway. Didn't they do Silent Hill as well? Wasn't that a game?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you think of all the films, game films. That Resident Evil was one of the better ones. If you're gonna talk about Doom and all that shit,
it was one of the better ones. But my expectations, it weren't great. It's like when they tried to do Street Fighter with Kylie Minogue in it.
Street Fighter.
Oh my days.
That was
terrible. Street Fighter. Have you seen the second Street Fighter?
No.
Sorry, I haven't seen the second one.
Yeah, man. Forget it. And have you seen Doom? Have you seen Doom?
They've got a new Mortal Kombat one. It was a newish one.
Hang on a second. Start getting Doom. Did you say Doom?
Yeah, Doom.
Yeah. Doom.
No.
What I like about Doom. The only thing I like about Doom is the gun for you.
The gun for
you. That's the best.
Doom's got the rock in it. It's got the rock in it.
Oh. What the new Doom or old Doom?
The video
like
game one.
Old one.
Yeah. You won't like it. If you don't like Resident Evil, you won't like Doom, bro.
But didn't Doom come out way? The Doom came out around the time of Resident Evil.
Doom came out. Yeah,
one
Doom
of the
came out.
Resident Evils.
Yeah,
for me, the only film that came from a game that I will watch again and again, and it's nothing to do with the game really, but that's Tomb Raider. Like I'll rewatch Tomb Raider all the time.
What?
Yes.
I know. Why?
No. Shut up. All of them.
How can you sit here, and say that?
But I said it's nothing to do with the game.
No, but you can't. It's irrelevant. Then.
Okay, what's so bad about Tomb Raider that you don't like?
Angelina Jolie. Next question.
That is the main reason why it's good.
What? She can't act. She can't be that character.
What do you mean she can't act? She comes from acting royalty, and she's
what's that got to do with it?
She's an amazing actress. How many films have you seen her in that you say she can't act?
Every single film.
Name one. Don't even lie. Name one.
Wanted.
What's wrong with Wanted?
Shit. No. She's shit in it. She's shit. She can't act. She's not believable.
Are you mad? Have you not seen
nothing she does is she's believable.
Tomb Raider.
She's Beowulf.
Oh my god! And even that was good, but not for her.
She is.
You can't do sexy, fam.
But what?
Pardon? Angelina Jolie. All right.
He can't do sexy.
There's another Tomb Raider as well. The one that just came out the other day.
Yeah, there's a reboot.
Rubbish.
Yeah, I turned it off.
Rubbish, man. Rubbish. Tomb Raider, man. Tomb Raider.
I saw about 15 minutes.
What are you talking about? I'm confused. Say again.
He's talking about the new one that came out the other day.
Which one?
The new Tomb Raider. It was so dead.
It's not Angelina Jolie. It's a different.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, no, because she weren't in it.
Yeah,
but there's another Tomb Raider movie.
Yeah,
and it was dead.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Straight to tape.
Back
to podcast. It wasn't even.
It's hard to do a good video game movie. Do you not remember Assassin's Creed? Did you not see that?
That's rubbish.
No, I haven't seen the movie.
That's rubbish. Me and Shaheed were halfway through. We just walked out, bro.
I fell asleep and never turned that back on.
Oh my god!
we walked out, mate. That's how bad it was, bro. It was
that
bad.
was a bad film.
Bad. And we remember we got card and everything, and it was just bad. Like we've never gone to a cinema and walked out.
Wow.
We looked at each other and said, "This is bad."
Wow,
that bad.
Yeah, that's bad. I
that's bad.
Got up and walked, and I never. It's practically free from me. I could go and watch it. It's not, you know what I mean. So, but nah.
What was bad about it? Was it close to the game, or was it on something?
It was nothing like the game, and it was just
like
boring. You know what? You know what it
game.
reminded me of? Have you seen the film Equilibrium?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's all right, though.
Yes.
No,
I
man, that
think
is
that's
shit
all right.
as well.
It's
That
like,
is just knockoff Matrix. You can't. Just
yeah.
It was a bit like that. It was a bit like that.
Do you know what it is then? I think because with the games, right, if you think about it, there isn't much going on in the game. It's you doing the gameplay, yeah, and you got the cutscenes, which are interesting, but it's not enough to make a film. But somebody thought they can make money. Every time a new game comes out, they're like, we can make some money on this. So I wouldn't be surprised if, like, I was surprised they hadn't done FIFA.
Goal. Have you not seen that Tron?
Yeah. So
but Tron is from the classic Tron, though, isn't it? Like, I haven't seen the
yeah.
second
What about
the new one?
What about like
Yeah, the new one. I like the
Fantasy?
new one.
Nah, man, should I get all that, man?
I never seen Final Fantasy. I never saw.
Have you seen Max Payne?
Is that no? Is it good?
Have I
Nah,
seen Max Payne?
nah, shit. I tell you, no, I'm sorry. Do you know what? I tell you what is one of the better games? Rampage.
You liked it, but it wasn't. It was nothing to do with the game.
It's based on the game, bro.
It's just
Based on the
Godzilla,
game.
fam.
It was. I know it's based on the game. It was good. I liked the film, but it wasn't based on the game, was it? It was a.
Well, yeah, because them things are from the game.
What things are in the game?
The wolf, the monkey, and the
crocodile. Listen, let me shut up then. Yeah, that's good then.
I don't think the crocodile is, but you know the game Rampage. You got to beat up the buildings.
It's not like a game from like when we were young, like
yeah.
Like a knockoff Donkey Kong.
Yeah, and you're big, and then the little people are trying to shoot you off the building, and you're trying to hit the building. Yeah, that's Rampage.
Arcade game. Okay. Yeah. See, when I watched it as just like it's a film. It was like
right. No, it's
the whole story.
That's why he went big. That's why he went big, innit?
See.
And it even got the scene when they're jumping on the building.
And that is from the game. Okay, so there you go.
Yeah.
That's the context. So it works.
Yeah, that one was all right, but like you said, it's loosely based on the game.
What about do you cast like Wreck-It Ralph as a game?
It's
not based on game, but it's sick.
Deal.
Yeah, no, it's sick, but it's like it's got games in it.
I think the animations are better. Like when they do an animation film, it's much better. You're able to be more flexible, aren't you, in the creativity?
It looks more like it as well because they can just copy the art. It looks just like Wreck-It Ralph, some guy that doesn't look nothing like the character.
Like Tapper and all of that. Yeah, it works.
You know the other one.
Tapper? Do you remember Tapper? That was my game, bro.
I used to love
Tapper. Have you not seen Theme of Hitman?
No, is that good?
The first one was shocking. 2007 one.
They made two.
Another one the other day. Yeah.
I think that's the problem when they try and do a film version of it, especially like a horror game, or that it's not hitting. As I said, I know CD doesn't agree with me with Resident Evil, with Tomb Raider. I think with Tomb Raider, the reason why, because I just watch it as an adventure film. I don't think of it as anything to do with the game because it's not much apart from like.
I think that's the thing with games and films. When they make the film, they have to look at it as just making a film.
Yeah,
they're just making a film that's based on the game, kind of thing, loosely based on the game. Like Street Fighter, that was a mess. That was just a mess. Like
terrible.
What
and there was
about
Warcraft as well? Did anybody watch that one? Like World of Warcraft.
I watched that. I thought that was all right. I think it was all right. Was it all right?
I remember starting to watch it. I didn't watch all of it.
I think it looked amazing, but
I think I like the
it was the look of it. It was amazing. I give it that. But it's like they spent so much on how it looked. The storyline was just like
okay.
Allow it, man. But
what about Ready Player One?
That was good.
That is big.
That film is hard.
Is that a game? Is that actual game? Is that actually a game?
No, it's not a game. It's not a game. But
Steven Spielberg, isn't it?
Yeah. So it reminded me of those films back in the day, like Last Flight of the Navigator. Yeah. Story. It's all of that kind of nostalgic, then kind of 80s adventure films that were around, like the fantasy ones. I like that.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Battle Angel one? What's it called?
Oh yeah, Alita.
That is so shit, man.
Alita.
I thought you were gonna be like, that is amazing.
Oh man.
It's not. Is it worse than the Pac-Man one? What's that one with Adam Sandler? Pac-Man.
Yeah.
No, you mean Pixels?
Pixels. Yeah, that is worse than that.
Yeah, it's worse than that, bro. But I think Pixels was alright though. Pixels was alright, man.
Is it?
It's alright. It's just one of them Saturday night movies, and
it's a family movie.
Yeah, it's a family. The boys love that. The boys love it. It's not nothing to write on, but
it goes back to like what you said, CD, like back before. Like it's all about filmmaking. Yes, we know it's entertainment and money, but like you look at some of the budgets against a lot of these films that are shit and did poor, right? It's millions they chuck at it, yeah? Just to redo a game.
Best is Mario Brothers.
Which one?
Originally.
That film from back in the day.
That was so bad as well.
With the terrible wigs.
It was on the other day, yeah.
That was
I
shocking.
was like, wow, this is poor. I knew it was poor back in the day, but when you rewatch it, it's like sometimes I can probably hear the groans on the camera. Like man's like, oh my God. You can hear the director crying, like, oh my career's finished. It's so bad.
You know what though? What must it be like, right? If you're an actor, yeah, like if it's a cartoon, that's cool. You're just doing the voices in the studio and being stupid, yeah. But like, if you're doing like Street Fighter, Tekken, I don't know, Mortal Kombat, and you got to wear these like World of Warcraft like armor outfits, and you're running around with your plastic sword, like you must know the film shit as you're filming it. Like this is.
Well, that's what they were saying because I saw a documentary about the Mario Brothers, and all them man were saying they knew that this film was going to flop, bro. They were trying to get out of it, and they were in contract. You go and watch the documentary. Every man was saying they knew this was gonna flop, bro. Yeah, no, bro, it's just dead, bro.
That's it. Nowadays, you go to work to film that. Oh my God.
But why would they do that? If you like certain films, there you can't just have two plumbers and then go on the world and you're Mario and Luigi. It's like, what was you thinking? I know that's how the game is, but games you can get away with it. A real film,
that's the thing. Like,
they never
if it was Mario, they would have just made it CGI.
Yeah, they never respected gamers like that,
and it would have worked,
bro. It would have worked.
A human can't replicate
no, you can't do that. Oh, you're like superheroes, like saving a princess. It don't sound like nothing. Like it don't sound like it don't come over like.
It don't work, bro. It doesn't work, bro. It doesn't. Like you said, two plumbers just went down the sewer there to unblock a drain, yeah, and they're finding something in a new world, and there's some 80s films, man.
But nowadays, wouldn't they do it like Sonic?
Check that shit, bro. Nah,
they would do it like
they could try bust it like Sonic, but yeah.
But the thing is, they don't look. You know when you look right, if you look at Mario, for instance, his proportions aren't a human being's proportions. Like his little hands and gloves, and
it's like a little child.
You walk around these big buttons on your chest, right, for the dungarees, and like blocky shoes. You're stupid.
Looking like
with some man had an extra mustache on top of his mustache. Like.
Big man wearing dungarees. Green dungarees. Red dungarees.
Mickey Mouse buttons on the dungarees.
It just didn't come over. But wasn't it halfway through the movie, they went into them garms. They just had normal dungarees. And then when they went to that world, they gave them dungarees, bro.
Humans can't do games, but then we try and do it with superheroes. It comes across a bit better as superheroes.
No, because now that Joel says all CGI, everything's different now, and now these men are in the gym every day. Then Bob Hoskin man's eating pizza from with their big belly, bro.
Who framed the rabbit business? Like,
man on Pizza Hut and he's flipping the day off, like.
You couldn't be a wedge Mario anyway. You couldn't be a wedge.
No, but you know now, probably having some Ripley muscles and shit, like. No, man, trust me, bro. They'll make him some sex symbol, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
Mario, CD.
They would have to do something like, you know, when they come out.
Looking at Eddie Ron Jeremy, like
the plumber, like the plumber.
Oh, I've come to save you. I bet you there is an adult film out there like that. Like,
of course there is. Of course there is. Of course, man. Mario Bourne, like. I come to fix your pipes.
Oh my gosh.
One pill, like.
Oh, when he goes bigger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Take one pill.
Oh, poor Princess Peach, man. Them dresses, that dress got 18 layers, man.
And you know what, yeah? And you know what? You know why it wouldn't work now? No, there's no disrespect, yeah, but they're not having this. Oh, I'm a princess, I need saving. That's not happening.
Yeah, they can't do that.
It's not happening. The princess will be not happening now.
Oh, no, they do. They'll make her into like, you know, like when they did Wreck-It Ralph, the second one with the princesses, and they were all a little bit feisty. Yeah. So they'll make
all that type of princess being saved. Yeah,
what's that one? Toy Story 4?
Yeah, where she's all like, I don't need to be saved. I don't need to be saved.
Bo Peep was all wedge, like Bo Peep was like knocking heads.
Bo Peep have been around the world. She's seen some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
it won't really run, innit?
Yeah, not in 2020. No, that's all done now. All them type of games when you're trying to fight to save the princess, that's done now, man.
But that's the only game that's left. There is no other game like that. If you think about it, what other game is there? Like, and even Princess Peach, she's got her own car in Mario Kart. Like, she's smashing up guys when she's playing Mario Kart. So
on the game, she's always gonna get kidnapped.
Yeah, she is. But what I'm saying is, anyway, if you look at the genre of games that we've talked about and that we can think about, Princess Peach is actually quite unique. So saying that it can't run in 2020, it never really did. There wasn't really many games like that of rescuing a princess. She's the only one. And I think it was tongue in cheek anyway. What then?
Oh, man. None of them games you win, like Double Dragon and all that shit, man. You got to rescue. Sorry, language.
Oh my God!
I hope it, man. Fucking hell, man. Listen. I'm sure now the viewers know me now. Like, I'm sure they know by now. Can't get offended. Fucking hell, bro.
They're gonna be putting up your tweets from 2020. Like, is this you?
That's why I do it for them. Go on Facebook. You know my Facebook. Bear on my Facebook.
What grinds my gears, yeah? Princess Peach. And what game did you say? Double Dragon? What was Double Dragon?
All them fighting games, yeah. The girl get kidnapped. You walk into the girl and then they take her and you got to fight for it. That's what happened.
Streets of Rage weren't like that. You had Blaze. She was kicking butts.
Yeah, no, Streets of Rage weren't like
Streets of Rage, Blaze was kicking butts. World of Warcraft, they fight.
Yeah, you had Street Fighter where you had Bear Strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. Who's the one in? Is it? What was her name?
Sonya Blade.
Yeah, Sonya Blade. Like, so you've got all of those kind of guys. So it is. It's not like the blanket thing. Like, normally it was bare girls fighting anyway. So those ladies only.
We were growing up.
Yeah, there weren't many girls. How many?
Who? Apart from Street Fighter. Before Street Fighter.
Streets of Rage. We just said. Streets of Rage.
That came after Street Fighter.
Yeah, but what other games? The games we had growing up were flipping Space Invaders and like
Double Dragon and them Double Dragon games, bro. That's what I'm saying.
We had Double Dragon was one of them, but what I'm trying to say, it wasn't loads of games like that because we barely had the graphics to even have extra stories. You couldn't even.
No, but remember, I'm talking about arcade games.
Thanks for watching, guys. If there's anything you want us to review, leave us a comment and we'll see if we can review it. Thank you very much.